Hi guys, welcome to Explain Ruckus Cloud Products webinar. My name is Chris Knight, I'm the Technical Manager here at Purdicom, and looking forward to explaining and showing you a little bit about the new cloud services solutions from Ruckus. First, just a little bit about us. So Purdicom, we were founded in 2005 by Hugh Garrett, our Managing Director. We're an Oxford-based company. We sell through value-added resellers, WISPs and integrators only. We do not sell direct. We've been fortunate enough to see steady growth through the last few years, and last year were named in the Sunday Times Tech Trap Top 100 companies to watch. Some of our goals and promises to deliver to you guys. We like to sell the latest and greatest in technology. We can match that with technical expertise, so we know our products inside and out, so if you have any questions about them, we are always happy to help you with them. Because we have our own warehousing, we're able to hold plenty of stock to give you high-speed responses to what you require, as well as offer you flexible credit terms. As mentioned, we have a technical team here who can help you pre- and post-sales with any of your useful questions. So we are primarily a wireless distributor, so we can sell indoor-outdoor wireless, point-to-point and point-to-multipoint solutions. But as wireless is getting ever more popular and devices are more and more supporting it and requiring it, we have also expanded into other areas such as security to ensure your end users are secure, cloud and Wi-Fi analytics to get more background data off of the usage from the Wi-Fi, which is getting ever so more popular for marketing and other services. And what we can do with all this, we can help you with pre-sales, designing the solution, making sure it gets installed correctly, and any problems afterwards. So the services we have, so you as a customer of ours will have a dedicated account manager who can always help you with any queries you have and product requirements. As mentioned, because we have our own warehouse, we can offer the flexible financial terms as well as large stock holding, so we can get things to you at very short notice. Our technical team, we have an excellent technical team here, can help you with any questions. They can help you with post-sale support, so they can help you. It's quick, easy response. You're not talking to anyone in a data center out in India. You're just talking to somebody in Oxford, one of my team. Marketing, we will help you with marketing your products that you sell from us. So we can help you with anything from e-shots, microsites, attending any events you may be doing, and helping you really get the word out and sell to your end user. And then accredited training. So for all the products we sell, we offer fully manufacturer approved accredited training. We have a brand new training center recently just been built, so that's perfect for the situation. Vendors, so some of you will probably already purchased some of these things from us. You'll probably recognize the Ruckus logo, but we also do sell products such as Ciclu, Cambian, Ceragon, and BATS for if you're doing external linking as well as repeat it. Purple Wi-Fi, excellent for your social Wi-Fi, very similar to the Ruckus product we're talking today about, one of them, SAMs. We've also taken on TP-Link for some switches, Samsung for cameras, and lastly iBoss, which is a great new product we've taken on, or product range we've taken on, supporting all sorts of nice parts on security. So you can have your MDM solution, you can have geographic tracking of where your data is going, so you can see about data leakage. It's got content filtering, as well as it scans all of the available ports, not just your typical 80 and 443. So moving smart Wi-Fi into the cloud. So Ruckus have launched 3 new products to do this. That is SAMs, which is a cloud hotspot, providing easy AP provisioning. You can do it through mobile phone if you wish. You can do Wi-Fi advertising, monetization. Basically, it equals an equivalent of Google Analytics for the real world. So who is doing what on your wireless, where, and how can you actually use that to benefit yourself. Spot, which is location tracking. So much like some other vendors, but they've done a few extra things to make it more accurate, more reliable, and more useful. With that, you can get visitor analytics. You can see the paths they're walking through your site, and you can integrate this with third-party products through their API. And then lastly, we'll be talking about the vSCG, which is a hosted controller primarily targeted towards managed services, so you can control access points on a wide deployment across the country if you wish, and manage them for your customers. So building services on top of smart Wi-Fi. So most of you probably already know Ruckus, come to love some of the features it has, the smart wireless features. The nice thing with this, it's bringing the carrier grade wireless and combining it with some additional services in the cloud. So yeah, the nice thing with the cloud is it's constantly developing. You can have this in a format of a private cloud, a public cloud. Once you've done this, you can actually put, say, if you had a private cloud in a data center, you could put any other services you want into that data center and have that sell that as a service to your end customers. Equally, Ruckus have their own public cloud where they have lots of Ruckus apps which you can utilize and make the most of that service. So what's the real opportunity to you? Where are we actually seeing it? So retail shops, anywhere, restaurants, airports, any public venues really, we're seeing a demand for free public Wi-Fi. This is facilitated by the ever constant growth in mobile devices we're seeing in the market. There's been a fast explosion with the likes of the iPhone, the iPad, and Android phones primarily, increasing the demand for mobile devices. Everywhere we go, people want to be able to connect. So you can use this service to monetize the usage. So you've got instead of your traditional pay-for access, you can get some marketing information on the back end and resell that. So the user gets a positive experience that hasn't cost them anything, and you get to make your return on investment in other ways. And because it's a licensed product, you can get a recurring revenue from this every year, so it obviously is very useful to you. So we'll start with Smart Access Management Service. So this is SAMs. So Smart Access Management, the key thing with this one, they are, whilst you may have seen other vendors who have sold cloud-based wireless before, Ruckus are the first to combine carrier-grade smart wireless that we've come to know and love, along with cloud access. So public Wi-Fi, traditionally, to do this, you'd have to have lots of services in the background. This can be quite costly. So you typically have your Radius server running a SQL database. You'd have a controller. You'd have all the different policies all set up, so who can access what, where, what time of day. These all filter back into access points, and then you'd have an army of people around the country rolling this out to your customers. Nice thing with moving this into the cloud, this is vastly simplified. This is all done for you. So all you need to do is roll out the access points and have a greatly reduced number of people, because it's being this is centrally managed. You just have to have the access points plugged in, and you can manage it from one central location. So what does that mean? Basically, it means you have just a vast reduction in capital expenditure, and operational costs are also vastly reduced. So what does the deployment of this look like? There are multiple deployment options. Firstly, you can integrate the SAMs cloud with a zone director or a vSCG. So this is the on-site option. So you literally repoint the controllers to the SAMs, and the rest of the system, it works as per normal. Alternatively, if you don't want a zone director or a vSCG in the mix, you can do it directly. So you can run the access points with SAMs cloud directly. So no need for a zone director. So, effortless setup. So firstly, we'd subscribe and define. So we'd create a new site, define the services and parameters you want to use, and then define the user journey, which I'll come on to it in a second. Secondly, configuring and deployment. So we'd activate the appropriate services we want to use, such as if you wanted to use social media, you'd want to set it up so that you can use Facebook, etc. as a logon method. Define the AP zones, so where are they going to go, as you would with a normal deployment, and management domains. Then you'd install those APs, and then thirdly, you manage and monetize. So cloud management, so centralized management of the wireless LAN infrastructure, collecting user analytics, and customize your content delivery, so give a useful user experience. So what does this actually look like? Well, this is the user journey page on the configuration you'd see. So starting at on the left-hand side, you see that we got a box there that shows messages. So with this one, you can actually put a advertising message before or after on the registration page. So they log on to the wireless, they get either an advert or go straight to the login page. That is your choice. It's completely customizable. You can take the modules and just drag and drop them onto the user journey page, and this will control the experience the user gets. And you can have a different one for first-time visitors versus repeat visitors. So what does this actually look like for the end user? So you can see there on the left-hand side we've got venue branding. So this is the actual login page you'd expect to see. So you can see it's got an example of the self-registration where they can put their email address, age, gender, and then just click Get Online. They may be taken to an advertising page at that point, so this is what it would look like on an iPhone. So you can see they're advertising there a sale for a cap. The alternate option is they could log on via Facebook or Twitter, and equally you can put in, if you wanted to, a coupon or a voucher on the back end of the advert that customers could use. Certainly if they're a repeat customer, you might say, okay, repeat customers, I want to give them a coupon because they're more loyal, so they can get some discount and benefit from being repeat visitors. Because this is a cloud-based service that does integrate with the likes of the Zone Director and access points, you can upsell the service. This is an additional service you can resell to other customers that you already have sold the solution to. So if they have public Wi-Fi and they're using Ruckus system, you can easily sell this to your existing customers as well as obviously new customers. On the back end, what do the users actually get? So you get this rich content analytics, giving you everything from filterable dates when you actually see this data, from what devices they actually logged onto the network, who they are basically. So are they male, female, are they new visitors, recurring visitors, how old are they, and as I said, mentioned before, what devices they've come in on. And here we go, this is just a picture from the dashboard. So you get the overview showing how many visitors you've had in total, how many are repeats. You can also see what time of day is the busy times. You can set larger date ranges, which is quite useful if you want to see, if you've had a marketing campaign, you could say over a number of weeks, you could actually see the increase in traffic, or hopefully the increase in traffic of customers, repeating customers, etc., which would be show how effective your marketing campaign actually is. So this is what the actual dashboard looks like. As you can see, this dashboard gives you not only a summary, but shows you where their users are coming from. So are they just logging in with their email address? Are they coming in with Facebook, Twitter? How many have actually logged in? How many are recurring, or how many are actually new visitors? How long they are spending on site? Types of devices they're coming on for. So you can actually make sure that your marketing is appropriate to the right forum. So if all your customers are coming via Facebook, you know to put some focus onto Facebook, or you need to improve your marketing in the other areas. Equally, make sure that your website and portal supports fully, or looks as best as it can, on the appropriate browser types from that information. Okay, moving on. Next we're going to talk about is Spot. So this is the smart positioning technology. So key applications for this. So this is basically location tracking for your customers. There's two phases of this. The next version will be active tracking, but currently this is passive tracking. What we can see with this, so you'll be able to see the likes of your customers' footfall, where they are in the store, what is their path around your venue. So you can see how effective the layout of the venue or store is. Are there any blockages, or is some of the store being missed, and do you need to adjust the layout appropriately? So this is very useful for ensuring that you're making the most of what you have. Nice thing with this as well is it's an upsell opportunity, so you can integrate it with any zone director. You just point it at the service, enable the services. So you can, again, much like SAMs, you can upsell this service to your existing customers. On the back end, you get a nice little dashboard. It is multi-browser compatible, so as the image kind of shows there, it does support multiple devices and looks quite nice on an iPad. And with this information, you can actually get quite a lot of useful data. So you can see how many visitors are repeat visitors, how long they're spending. So this is you can set location, so you can say, okay, in this part of the store, they've spent this amount of time, or here, or there, or wherever they've been. So you can actually see what is the most popular areas in your store and get some graphs. There are multiple views. This one's just showing you it's a table or a graph view, but you can also get an overview on a map that shows actually where the users are standing, etc., and where they're moving around. And you can look at that in real time or historical view. At the top of the page, it will also give you a count of the number of visitors you're having and how long they're spending on average on site. So this is a nice, easy to set up service. So firstly, as you have to do with all wireless deployments, you have to determine the optimal position for the access point and placement for the location services. Now, being location tracking, you would want to slightly increase the density of the access points to ensure the best tracking accuracy. But there are some additional things that Ruckus does to ensure, compared to the competition, they actually have accurate location awareness. Next thing you would do is take a map, put a scale on it, and send that off to Ruckus. This is the great thing, they go and do a lot of it for you. So all you need to do is send them a drawing. It could be everything from a scanned image off the back of a piece of paper that you've drawn out to a proper CAD drawing. As long as you've got something that indicates a scale, whether it be the width of a door frame to the actual proper accurate scaling on a CAD drawing, that's all they need. They can then take that away, process it, and upload it onto the service for you. Once they've done that for you, you can enable the services through your controller, and then it's just down to calibrating it. So to calibrate it, there is an application. You'd log on to it on your mobile phone, whether it be Apple or Android. It supports both. Select your venue you want to calibrate for, and then it'll show you the floor plan. This floor plan, you can go to a spot marked on that floor plan, and then you can click calibrate. A few seconds later, once you've actually followed the instructions on the phone, it'll confirm with you the calibration for that point is complete, and you can move on to any additional points that you wish. How many points you want is up to you. More points, obviously, the more accurate it's going to become. But as I said, it is combined, this method, I'll explain in a second, with your RSSI values for your location tracking. Okay, indoor positioning. So, much like most other vendors who do location tracking, it does include tracking based off of RSSI values. So it's a bit like radar, or GPS even. It triangulates the distance you are from each access point, overlaps those, and sees where they all intersect. The thing that makes Ruckus even more accurate than the rest is it uses signal strength signatures. So this calibration you explained in the previous page, it compares that data from the calibration points to the signal strength you're getting, so it knows more accurately what it's expecting at each of those points. So the combination of the RSSI values along with the signal strength signatures allows you to achieve a greater accuracy. So where would you actually see this, or how would you actually see this users using this? So it's useful to see how users move through the store. Are you getting lots of repeat customers? Are they getting around the store correctly? Are they lingering over a particular point? Is your sale marketing going correctly? Have you got a promotion on that is just attracting everybody in there? Are they going straight into the store and walking straight out again? Do you want to put the popular items at the back of the store so the customers pass the other products you want to sell as well, and see if it catches their attention? And equally, what are the busy times of day? You can see accurately how busy you are and ensure that you have the appropriate staffing levels there to handle your customers, and obviously offer the best customer experience available. Okay, and lastly we want to speak about is the Ruckus Wireless vSCG. This is the virtual Smartcell Gateway. So this is primarily targeted for managed services. So with this you could see you can deploy this centrally in a data center. You can have multiple sites connecting to you with that service and manage their access points. So perfect, as we're saying, for managed services. You can do large deployments anywhere up to 10,000 access points, or you could cluster them and offer up to 30,000 access points. So you can do really large deployments, have multiple customers and deploy throughout the country if you wish. You can support between 500 and 100,000 clients. This does support hypervisor, VMware, and obviously you gain all the benefits with the virtualization of the high availability. So you can ensure that you have greater resiliency. So as we mentioned before, the deployment options, you put the vSCG in a central site or your data center, and then you have all the other access points connecting to that. Very simple, very easy to use, and perfect for centralized management. So the benefits of it, so it's massively scalable between 10,000, 13,000, as I mentioned before, 30,000 with clustering. And it is much like a zone director, but it's a decentralized zone director, so you can place it anywhere and your access points will just relay to it. Unfortunately, at this current stage in time, it doesn't have all of the features of the zone director, but it has the key features. There'll be more of those coming into version 3, which will be later this year. Currently, this is what we're expecting to see. So version 3, I believe, is coming out the end of Q3. Q4, and should include all the additional features that it currently hasn't got for that a zone director has.